dry. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you?
It's Monday the 12th of June, and here's the area that I cleared a couple of days ago. Ultimately there'll be wood chip put down here, and I'll clear this bit as well. But I drilled holes in these new pots that I got, and I've actually popped some flowers in the first two. So we've got some Rudbeckia cherry brandy and some Cosmos Apollo White F1. So they're a bit dinky just now, particularly the Cosmos, but I think they'd sort of got a bit stuck growing in the little cell tray that they were in, and definitely needed to be moved into something bigger. So hopefully they'll come on leaps and bounds now. And I have one more pot to do something with. I'm actually running out of flower seedlings. I may have to go and purchase some. Ooh, exciting. Down at the squash bed, I can see that the Kichikuri are the first to flower. You can see a bee in there. Well done, bee. Pollinate, pollinate. Excellent. These ranunculus are looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at those. And they're in the tulip bed. The tulips are away now, but they're joined by these fantastic alliums. Look at the size of these. This veg trug's full of lettuce, so I think I'll harvest one of these to give the little marshmallow strawberries a chance. Nice. How about this for a compost bin? I haven't filled it, I hasten to add, but there's undoubtedly been some potatoes in there. Looks like they're getting ready to be harvested. And some grass seeds of some description, and nettles in there too, and there's also some cleavers hanging about. Be interesting to see the potatoes. I'll need to get rid of them out of here. Wonder if I should eat them. Don't know what's been in this compost bin. Anyhow, I'll show you when I empty it. Wednesday the 14th of June, and we're going to harvest another lettuce, but this time it's going into the chickens. There we go. Actually, I'm going to harvest two because I've got 2 chicken runs on the go at the moment. Hi, it's Tuesday the 13th of June, the start of another glorious day. It's about, what's the temperature about just now? Hang on. It's about 13 degrees Celsius at the moment, and it's going to get up to about 21, 22 today. So it's not roasting, but it's roasting enough for me. So what I'm going to do this morning before I start work is I'm letting the chickens out for a little bit. And it gives me a chance to do a little bit of gardening. So I am going to sow some sweet basil. I've already got some red basil in the polytunnel. That's coming on quite well. It's about that height at the moment. So I'm going to put some of the sort of classic green stuff in, and I'm just going to sow it in this pot, and this is where it will live. And I'm also going to sow some more beetroot. My beetroot that I've had on the go for a while is a bit slow, to be honest. Yeah, very slow, but it's still alive and not bolting, but slow. So I've got this chogia, which is a beetroot that's got little red and white rings in it, and you can't see that there. Let me just show you. There. And yeah, I'm going to sow that in here. I'll multi-sow. I'll maybe put 3 into each of these cells, and we'll see how they go. So nice and simple for the basil. It's just a case of sprinkling some basil on the top of this. I've actually dampened that compost. I'm sorry if the light's strange, the sun rising over there, so I'm trying to do this without getting the sun in your eyes. Tiny seeds. I'm just going to broadcast it. If I have quite a lot in here, I'm not going to bother too much. This is a crop that I want, that I'll use, and then use this year, and then that will be it. There. And then I'm just going to gently cover it with some compost. And I'm just going to dampen this compost at the top as well, because it's very dry. And I must label that. So, basil, done. Beetroot. Now you've got the potential for getting multiple beet plants out of one of these little clusters of seeds. So I'm not going to be too generous in my sowing. So as I say, I'm going to put 3 in each of these cells. And I potentially will get more than 3 beet plants out of each. And we can just sow them, plant them out that way. There. I'll just press them down a little bit, and then put a little bit more compost on top. And I'll pop both of these things into the polytunnel to germinate, and the basil will grow. I'll grow in the polytunnel. The beets I'll bring out once they've germinated, because it's going to be too hot in there for them. And that's that. It's Friday the 16th of June. And I've got my first nasturtium flower. Yay! And by the looks of it, there's a few more to come, which is lovely. And also this borage is looking good, looking like it's going to flower. This is the best of my borages actually. I had quite a few plants and I dotted them around, but they either got dug up by the chickens and I didn't catch it early enough to get them back in, or I maybe didn't get them out their little pots quick enough, so they got a wee bit stunted. But we have a few others, but that's the best one. The hanging baskets are starting to put on a show as well. I did prune reasonably hard this rose, and it's tall already. It's about 7 feet tall already, and it looks like we're going to get plenty of flowers. Plenty of flowers. I'm not a rose expert. In fact, I know very little about roses, but they're here, so I will learn and look after them. So I've prepared some beds in this area of the garden previously. So we've got that nice long bed with peonies, cosmos and such like, and then we've got another bed here. And then recently I reclaimed a piece of ground here. I put some weed suppressant membrane on it, and I've got some pots on there at the moment. And the last thing I want to do in this area for now is to reclaim this bit. So there's some crocosmia, there's a tree stump. So I want to sort of dig this out. I'm not going to get the tree stump out obviously, but I'll dig out as much as I can do and reclaim another little bit for some more flowers. So it's only a wee tiny bit of bed, but the girls, after seeing me have a little dig in there, are intent on helping to scratch out the bed, the weeds, fine beasties, etc. So that's fantastic. My little ground maintenance party doing the job. Well done, girls. I'll leave them to scratch about a bit, and then I'll top it up with some nice compost and plant into it. And then I'll have to find some wire to keep them out of it so they don't keep jumping in when I've got stuff planted. Saturday the 17th of June. Time to sow some more seeds. So I'm just sowing in pots of general purpose compost, and for some of these, once the seedlings come up, I will transplant them. Oh, hello. Hello, there's Winnie. Hi, Winnie. When some of the seedlings come up, I will transplant them into cells, like the lettuce. And for others, I will just leave them in the pot, such as the rocket and the rocket. Yeah, so let me get these sown. Just sowing a few on the surface of the compost, then a light dusting of compost on top and a water, and I'll pop these in the little plastic grow house just outside the house, just to give them a chance to germinate and grow on. And I'll keep you posted as to how they're doing. Well, that's all from me for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. And I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.